Hello. Respected chairperson and distinguished delegates. Today my topic is lumbar interbody fusion technique, indication and completion of options. Just look the two pictures. One is normal unit of lumbar fibra and other is the degenerative changes. What is the difference between these two? Number one, the segment is having a disc, vertebral body, and the neural foramen to reach the neural nerve transverse. In degenerative spine, the all things are changing. The height is reduced, this is space, neural foramen is reduced, so there is a neurology. So basically, the spinal fusion in this condition makes the aging population of our society, which is cause mechanical low back pain, there less mobility and poor quality of life. So what is the solution of these cases? The solution is obviously a fusion. So fusion basically unites two vertebrae becomes a single one. So the condition in which the steps of fusion is basically removal of the disc, preparation of the end plate of the vertebral body, and put some cage or a spacer or even stud bone graft, and finally put interpedicular screw with rod. So the fusion technique is the only option and most important tools to correct the disability. Not only correct the deformity, it also decompresses the neural tissue as well. So the symptom is reduced finally. So now, how the options of fusion. So basically the interbody fusion, the area of concern is the body and the disc area. So there are so many various indications. These are spondylosis, it could be either degenerative or ischemic type, spinal stenosis, disc herniation, lumbar spondylosis, patient with deformity might be due to degenerative changes, spinal trauma and tumors. Now come to the approach. The approach, the basic area of concern in vertebral body, which is central part of the body. So when approach from the anterior or lateral or posterior aspect. So initially it was from the posterior aspect and the name according to their approach, posterior lumbar interbody fusion, lateral lumbar interbody fusion, or it's called extreme lateral interbody fusion, anterior lumbar interbody fusion, and two other approaches are transforaminal approach, which is very popular, and recently we use oblique lumbar interbody fusion. So each by one we discussing PLIF. It's a gold standard treatment. The spinal surgeon are very trained and comfortable with performing it. Advantage of excellent visualization of the nerve root and adequate interbody height restoration, neural decompression while maintaining the all biomechanical stability. And some, of course, there are disadvantages because it's the open technique, so the posterior muscle will damage or the prolonged retraction of the tissue, and in-place preparation may be difficult. Retraction in use of the nerve root may cause fibrosis and chronic radiculopathy. PLIF, transforaminal interbody fusion, is the most popular nowadays, and its difference from the PLIF is the unilateral exposure. Only the one side of the facet and the lamina is exposed to expose the dural and area of concern. You take out the disc, put some caging and graft, and finally put interpedicular screw and QG. So the PLIF approach was proposed to avoid potential nerve root injury, dural tear, and epidural fibrosis, which is quite common in PLIF. Advantage are easier access of posterior structure like lamina, ligamentum, flavon, facet joint, and preserved ligamental structure as much. And a single unilateral incision can able to provide bilateral anterior column fixation. Complications same as PLIF, contraindications, usually same as peelings like active infection, arachnoiditis, and epidural scar. Now come to the anterior lumbar interbody fusion. It is a direct approach of the vertebral disc. So go anteriorly, take out the whole disc because the area of exposure is wide from anterior aspect. You have to fix it by extensive clearing of the disc, put cage or a spacer or bone graft, whatever you need, and ultimately you can fix anterior with the standalone case or just reverse and posterior fixation. So the advantage of direct midline posterior view is the space, extensive lateral exposure of the vertebral body, maximization of the implant size and surface area, correction of lordosis and foraminal height restoration is better. Lateral SMS is some direct approach. The basic difference is through the psoas muscle. So it is chances of injury of the lumbar plexus. So it needs to be neuromonitoring systems. Or oblique approach is the same, but it is the corridor between the psoas muscle and the peritoneum. So it's a better condition now. It is more facility. Now comparative evidence. AV versus TLIF. More or less, these are similar conditions, whereas AV, little bit vascular injury is more common, and in the case of TLIF, there is a dural injury is more common. Whereas TLIF and TLIF comparison, more or less, spinal fusion is similar, complication is little bit higher in TLIF. In the option level, the TLIF and TLIF is more usually occur in all the levels, and ALIF is more suitable for lumbar L5S1 and L4 level. Lateral lumbar interbody fusion is not suitable for the lower L5S1 level because the iliac crest come in the way. OLIF usually the more common, more useful in L4, L5, other upper lumbar vertebra. So conclusions are, the interbody fusion remains an effective treatment option for the range of spinal disorder, including degenerative pathology, trauma, infection, and neoplasia. There is no clear definite evidence for one approach being superior to another in terms of fusion and clinical outcome. As in fact, the proper training and experience is must for the best of outcome, and apt environment, latest tool, skilled and experienced team are equally important. Thank you very much.